Practice 8-4, multiplying special cases. So when you're multiplying a binomial or squaring it, what you're really doing is multiplying this whole thing by itself. So you end up with a plus b times a plus b. But, so you can basically find the answer using FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. But that can be time consuming. So there's a certain format that squares of binomials have that happens every single time you square a binomial. And what happens is you end up with a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So you can take the first number, multiply the first number and the second number and multiply it by 2, and then add the square of the second number. And it's the same thing when you are subtracting. So you have a minus b times a minus b, and you end up with a squared minus 2ab. Instead of the plus that's over here, you have a minus because these are minuses, and then plus b squared. Okay? The third special case is called the difference of squares. What happens is you have two sets of numbers, one adding, one subtracting, and what you end up with is a squared minus b squared. So with this in mind, let's do practice 8-4. So in this first exercise, this first problem, we have w minus 2 squared. So this first number is a, and this second number is b. So what we want to do is just plug these in to this equation up here. So we end up with w squared minus 2 times w times negative 2 plus negative 2 squared. Okay, and you just simplify everything. So you end up with w squared minus 2 times negative 2, which is negative 4, w plus negative 2 squared, which is positive 4. Okay, and if you look over here, we have, oh actually, just kidding, this isn't negative 2, this is just regular 2. So you have w squared minus 4w plus 4, and this is your final answer. Okay, so once again, we have w minus 9 squared, so this is a, and this is b, and we just want to plug this into this equation up here. So we have w squared minus 2 times w times 9 plus 9 squared. So what that ends up being is w squared minus 2 times 9, which is 18, w plus 9 squared, which is 81. And this is your final answer. Okay, so number 7, we have 2x minus 9 squared. 2x is your a, and 9 is your b. So you end up having 2x squared, you're squaring the whole thing, minus 2 times 2x times 9 plus 9 squared. So what you end up with, so 2 squared is 4, so you have 4x squared minus 2 times 2 times 9, so that's 4 times 9, which is 36x, plus 9 squared, which is 81. And this is your final answer. So for number 10, 4x is our a, and 7 is our b. So we have 4x squared minus 2 times 4x times 7 plus 7 squared. So what we end up getting is 4x times 4x, which is 16x, minus 2 times 4 times 7, so that's the same as 8 times 7, which is 56x, plus 7 squared, which is 49. And this is our answer. So over here we have the difference of squares. X is our a, and 12 is our b. So all we're doing is saying x squared minus 12 squared. And 12 squared is 144. So this is your answer. Okay, once again, we have a squared minus b squared, difference of squares. So 5x is your a, and 2 is your b. So what you just do is square the first number, which is 5x, and subtract the square of the second number, which is 2. And 2 times 2 is 4, so you have 25x squared minus 4. And this is your final answer. Okay, so over here we have 18 squared, and what they want you to do is separate it so you can turn it into the square of a binomial. So instead of doing 18 times 18, you can reformat it into 20 minus 2 squared. So 20 is your a, and 2 is your b. So what you end up with is 20 squared minus 2 times 20 times 2 plus 2 squared. So what you end up with is 400 minus 2 times 20 times 2, which is 80, plus 4 squared, which is 4. So 400 minus 80 is 320, and 320 plus 4 is 324. So this is your answer. Okay, so 22, we have 19 times 42. So instead of doing long multiplication, we can separate it into 19, and then 42 is the same as 21 times 2. So we can factor out that 2 and say 19 times 21. So 19 is the same as 20 minus 1, and 21, whoops, this should be 21, is the same as 20 plus 1. So we have the difference of squares here. So we have 2 times 20 squared minus 1 squared. And 20 squared is 400, and 1 squared is 1. So we have 2 times 399. Okay, and 2 times 399 is the same as 800 minus 2, so that is 798. And this is your final answer. And that is it for practice 8-4.